seen time and time again. MR15 versus 16 here, and it's very difficult to say this is going. I'm going to say MICHU can do this 2-1.
Have to side with shox, obviously. He was my pick.
Yes, that's
all the
true.
way back 30 best of threes ago.
One for each year of your life. shox tries to go
Very
toward
good
the
point.
ramp, already spotted out on top of the platform, but they're shifting positions, shuffling over to the right, and MICHU's got the first shot. The initial tag allows the headshot from the M4 to be enough on the second peak.
You're absolutely right there, 1-0, but it doesn't mean much because shox answers back, and it's a deadly one as well. Headshot from the AK. He's not going down without a fight here. MICHU has had some serious leads here, but they're always rectified by the opposition. It takes a lot to get a huge lead on the A map here.
You can see shox is really opting for the one taps instead of any kind of bursts. So he's feeling comfortable with getting that one shot to the head.
Something to note about shox as well. Obviously, after the round, it's not really that much of an issue, but he is running out toward the front of those boxes. We've seen him do that a number of times throughout the weekend on this map as well. If he thinks he can get an advantage by trying to get aggressive, he'll do it. But right now, it's MICHU that responds with 2 unanswered, and shox that time spawning on top of the A1S, electing to go for it. His success has been with the AK.
Indeed, 3-2 now in favor of MICHU. It's going to be shox there, back and forth game. These are the two very best players.
What you'd expect in a grand final, when two players that made their way all the way here. Has to be back and forth.
Of course, that's all we want as well. We don't want a one-sided bloody war. We want it to be back and forth, keeping things exciting and having some exciting moments with some great flick shots, burst fires, and through the box as well. That certainly helps. Headshot from there from shox. He's taking it down and taking a lead here as well, 2 in his favor. He's going to round number 9.
shox again going to play from the platform, but it's kitty corner. MICHU does the same on the other side. shox starting, dancing, trying to weave. AD, and it works. He finds MICHU that time. He's now got 3 to the good.
That is quite literally like shooting 1 pixel when you're standing there on the platform, like MICHU's right now, and then your opponent goes all the way to the left, but MICHU's going to come out on top and get that one. And make that 6-4 now. Still in favor of shox.
For MICHU to bring it closer still as he has the AK. Did actually have the favorable spawn there. You can see shox's shoulder from the time that they spawned. But it is shox that is able to reset his aim, pull his composure back in, and now take it to 7-4. He's gotten tagged up early, this time with the M4. Gives a chance for any weapon, including the Deagle, because he is on the platform right now, shox. He could run out of ammo quick enough, but any weapon at all would be enough. He does it, nonetheless, with the rifle.
shox now. Incredibly strong, and that's testament to it, looking like he wants to take this first map in style. Now giving himself great foundations to build on.
There's a thing with shox. He gets into the zone once he starts hitting shots. And it's multiple rounds in a row before. It takes a bit of an effort for MICHU to be able to break that momentum that shox manages to build.
Final round here of the first half of the first map. MICHU looking to get 9-6 there. 10-5 with a considerable lead going into the second half. shox heading double figures. That's always good news on the first one, so we'll see whether he can hold on to this lead. I'm also sure, I feel like he'll still go down and right into the wire, and we'll see whether MICHU can get double figures here. But it's the first time we see MICHU really in a difficult position. He's always getting the 8-7s, it seems, consistently.
That's a good point. This is really a huge test for the mental for fortitude, but it's going to be shox opening things up. And the nice headshot right away.
There we go, 17. Good work with the M4, did a lot of damage there. Just required one more, but he finally lands it. And shox coming out in the open there, exposing himself. Didn't really have anywhere to cover himself. Needed to hit that initial headshot. Have a serious chance. Like that. That's the kind of stuff we're looking for. AK-47, straight to the dome of shox there. And slowly but surely, MICHU finding his way back into this one.
And he is indeed. He's going to go for the wide peak from the ramp this time, play above the box, gets the information required, and now changes his angle as fast as possible so that shox loses the information, but shox finds him first because they lost each other inside the midst of the map, and now shox firmly into the range of double digits. Just needs 4 more. And MICHU going to try and slow it down slightly. He's a bit more passive on his approach. Let shox do the work and make the mistakes.
Indeed, 12-7 now. MICHU still with a massive challenge ahead of him. 5 rounds required just to tie things up. We're into round number 20 now. A lot more passive this time. They're in the platform area, mirroring their positions, but it's giving MICHU with the body shots of the AK to finish things off.
Reasonable effort again to the AK. Still doable. We've seen different and more unfavorable comebacks throughout the weekend as MICHU tries to limit shox's movement. He splattered that blood on the wall. You know he's low, but it doesn't matter. It's still a headshot for shox on the repeat. 3 to go on map number 1. And the AWP between these two guys, I think it's dead even as well. Look at shox with the shots.
Yeah, the old master coming to life here. Finds that headshot onto MICHU and is getting very close now to the first map going in his favor. You can see now he's looking very confident indeed. Happy to take the challenges, but MICHU bouncing back. We said it probably will get to double figures here. One more will do that, but it's also 1 point required for shox to get to map point. So if he gets that, you feel like that will be pretty much the GG at this point with the better rounds he has. MICHU now to respond. There it is.
Good peek. shox thought he was going to commit and stay on those stairs. Spray down. Doesn't work out that time for shox.
We've seen a lot of players this tournament just struggle to close things out when they have these big leads. It can be the hardest part of the match, but there it is. shox does get map points here. He has 4 to do it in. Just to take this first one, he does need 4 in a row. They do actually just take things to overtime here. So a lot of pressure on his shoulders now. You'd assume shox will be taking it. It'd be a bit of a travesty for him to drop so many in a row, but that's the beginning of it. 15-12. Nice shot there with the M4 from MICHU. And shox now. This is the point we can afford to be a bit more audacious. So he's pushing into the open. Can be very unfavorable, but not this time. 16-12. First map going in favor of shox. That's the Rifles.